welcome. Thank you for watching these videos, and make sure to subscribe on that button right there. Click 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 that button right there. See all those buttons? Really, those are just scripts and codes. If you break the whole internet down and what you're seeing, somehow from scripts and codes comes the whatever it is that you see in front of you. Now, whatever's put in front of you is made to look elegant and is made to look real, so that you think it's like a real corporational thing. But anyone knows that it's just really just scripts, and script is almost like a different language. It's so hard to understand. Look, you take these big national companies and you think they're with the governments. Like, is Facebook with the government? Is YouTube with the government? But you take it as it's the actual government. You take it as like it's the actual safe corporational thing. But really, if it didn't look that way, you wouldn't see it that way. So it's the same idea that you are what you wear. And everyone's learned a lesson that people are not always as what they wear. No, it's your own trust, and it's your own way to say, oh, that's just nothing. Like, this is just what we do. Like, why are you even talking about this? I'm just talking about this so you can get some insight. It's a difference between me talking to you right now as if I was just naked. If I was naked, you wouldn't see anything that I'm saying the same way. So, when you present yourself in the real world as how you dress, you gotta remember people are connected to what you wear, and it's almost like the hue of your entire life into their own lives. When someone sees you for the first time, no matter what it is that you're wearing, that's what they're going to be connected to. That's what they're always going to see you as. It's strange in that way. That's why the Buddha, he says, actually the goddamn Buddha says to have one pair of clothing. To wear one pair of clothing, because that's when you see someone that way, that's how you always want to see them, because you want to trust people that they are what they seem to be. Then you'll go off into expression. I can express myself. We live into Western culture. This is not what you're supposed to do in Western culture. People are gonna think you're weird. Look, I've seen some guy wear an orange sweater every single day, and by the last day I just saw that guy's another orange sweater. He came into that class as he left it, and that guy left the same way I perceived him when he's there, and he never changed. He's always the same person in that way. As soon as somebody changes, it changes your entire perception, just how the clothing that they wear. And then that person could wear the same clothing all the time and act completely different, and you would still see them as that type of person. So that's kind of like how these corporations are doing it, because it's always going to look that way. It's always going to seem that way. So then you go almost, so if you take that knowledge into your own life as mysticism, it's like taking even the Buddha's message into your life. Like, these guys are even taking the Buddha's knowledge and using it against you. The Buddha says you only need 3 pairs of clothing. One pair of clothing that you always wear, second pair of clothing it rains, and another pair of clothing for an emergency. And even if you're traveling, all you need is those 3 pairs of clothing. But when you live in a cold climate like I do, then you need more clothing naturally. But when the Buddha says you only need 3 pairs of clothing, it's because he knows that you're supposed to migrate to the equator where it's warm. The most health is around the equator, because it's not so healthy and it's not so natural to be living here. Naturally, the first people of the earth were in the hot climates, and They don't even have to wear shirts, for Christ. See, Jesus, you always see him in a white robe. They always depict him in a white robe. This guy was probably not wearing a white robe. This guy probably was not wearing a beige robe. Like, no matter how you imagine him is not how he really is. So even if you imagine him in your mind, it's just a projection of how you believe that guy would be. So how he really looks like is when you see him on that cross with no shirt on. You see him on that cross with just that in-re napkin over his dinky hole. And you see the crown. That's pretty sad stuff. That stuff happened to millions of people. And if that guy's the representative of millions of people, then what I'm saying is he's representing the people that actually went through that type of torment, and the type of people that went through that type of famine. And you guys are fooling yourselves to say that he died for us. He's representative of those people that felt that pain. And it's like you don't really feel that pain, so you get some kind of crazy disease. And when you get that crazy disease, then of course this is something that you can abide with. Not necessarily all the stuff in the Bible. You gotta remember the stuff that is in the Bible. It's not even his own thing. Jesus was a Jew, not a Bible. Jesus was a Jew, not a Christian. Then you took all this random stuff and just forced it upon him. But you guys are backing it up that this is the word of God and this is some holy thing. Then how come I don't know those people that wrote the Bible? If they're holy like Jesus, how come I don't see them as prophets? Huh? And that prophet Muhammad, he got a divine thing, wrote a book, and he's famous as the prophet. Is it because they were humble? But how come I don't know who any of those people are? How can it's not written in the book, written by this guy. Who wrote that stuff? Nobody, you guys don't even know. Then you go to the priest and this guy and that guy, and they're telling you, oh, this guy wrote it, and then he handed it over to this guy, and this guy translated from this guy, and handed it to this guy, and then this language translated over to this guy, and then they wrote a new version here that was by this guy. Oh, and by the way, the first version was burnt, and no one could find it. Now you got this one, and then a whole bunch of people are having a war over it, and then so much deaths are happening over it. And this one happened, and a whole bunch more wars are happening over it now. You advance, and now we're killing all the wise women. We're killing all the wise women here just because all the wars in the past, and we're still violent in an ignorant time. We're in an ignorant time. We're still in ignorant time. So they were just doing crazy shit. And then we just see it as this is how it is. So we see everything like that's nothing. Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. And then you just accept it because everyone else accepts it. Come on, guys. We're not all ants in this life. I know a lot of people, and they're intelligent. They have a head on their shoulders. Come on, guys. You take yourself to be such a holy being, but once you're old enough that you can conceive of that you're born into a place that you have no control over, then it's time to take control of your own life. It's time to care about yourself. It's time to take some control for yourself. It's time to start caring about yourself. All these people you've given to all these people, and sure, you've done something for humanity. You've helped out and you've given money over there, but don't ever put your chest up because of it. Because if you're not going to help yourself, then that person you're helping is just someone who's receiving something from you. That person is just receiving a gift from you. You're just giving a gift out. Anyone can give a gift. It's easy. So don't think that becoming rooted in the earth is an easy thing. What's most beneficial for you is what's most difficult. Oftentimes. Most times. Care about yourself. Look at yourself. Smash your damn mirror and look inside yourself. Flip your eyeballs almost backwards and look inside. Look inwards. Try to find your mind. Try to find yourself. Once you grasp hold of your mind, you realize you can't grasp hold of your mind. You can't grasp hold of your mind. You have thoughts, but your thoughts aren't your mind. There's no set form and there's no set immediate mind. There's no tangible mind. So your mind's intangible. And everything that's intangible leaves like clouds. Everything that's untangible leaves like clouds. You can't grasp hold of one thought. You can confuse yourself to repeat that thought over and over again, but you can't find a set definite you unless you say, this is me. Now when you're getting closer to say, this is me, you're pointing inwards with the word me, with the word I, myself. Just saying that you're moving closer towards your inner being. Now people just stay there and stop there like that's the end of the message. That you look inside yourself, you say, this is I, and you stop there. The truth is that you keep looking inside yourself closer and closer to the immediate self that you can find as your real self. That isn't your mind. So don't confuse yourself with the mind. The mind is only an expression of your real self. It's only an expression and a tool of your real self. Your real self is what looks and controls the real self. Your real self is the one that's always there. The one that's tangible. The one that you can grasp hold of. You try to grasp hold of your thought and it's going to leave you. And then you can try to grasp on the next thought and it's going to leave you. So on, so forth. And this goes on for every human being. Even people with autism. Even people who are diseased. And people who are on their dying bed. I'll tell you a story. There was a guy named Emperor Wu who lived in China. And there was a master called Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma is the creator of Shaolin Kung Fu. Bodhidharma is the creator of Zen. Or who's in the forefront for Zen. Bodhidharma walked from India to China. And then disciples of Bodhidharma brought from China to Japan Zen. So Zen originates in India. You look at the Indian writing, it's reminiscent to that land in that age, and you can see Chinese, Japanese, and then Indian, and then Sanskrit. You can see that all those type of languages kind of intermingle. Okay? So Bodhidharma came to China from India, and he went to the emperor. His name is Emperor Wu, and he was a monk, so. And he was always carrying around this big staff. Now, Emperor Wu wanted to understand what enlightenment and meditation was. So Bodhidharma said, if you want to know what that really is, you meet me tomorrow on my mountain, 4 a.m. and he lived in Ta Mountain. So Emperor Wu went to at 4 a.m. to see Bodhidharma, and Bodhidharma had his staff. He was in the courtyard of a temple, a Buddhist temple, and all China was Buddhist at that time. Buddhism was flourishing, and it still had some of its original hues to it. So he said, sit. Bodhidharma said, Emperor Wu, sit right in front of me. Close your eyes. And he was holding his staff like he was going to hit him on the head with it. And Emperor Wu was scared because Emperor Wu didn't know who Bodhidharma was. Emperor Wu thought that if something goes wrong, this madman, and I'm the emperor, I can't die, this madman is going to whack me on the head with it and kill me. His huge staff. And this is the creative Shaolin, mind you. He could kill this guy with one hit. Emperor Wu had to sit there. He closed his eyes. Bodhidharma said, now try to find your mind and grasp onto it. Once you can grasp onto it, then you tell me and I will do the rest with my staff. So Emperor Wu was thinking, Bodhidharma, if I grasp the mind and tell him, he's gonna kill me. So he did what was told, but he didn't want to waste his time. He did what was told to him. He gave it a try. He tried to find his mind in this strange circumstance, and he couldn't grasp hold of any one thought. So you're trying to find your own mind. You're trying to find your own mind. If you try to find your own mind, there's nowhere that you can find it. So you're identified with the mind as yourself, but you can't even find yourself. Yourself is not something that you can't find. Obviously, you can find yourself because it's yourself. If you say this is me, try to grasp hold of it, me, the idea of me. Just give it time, and it'll move away, and your mind will go somewhere else. And you try to grasp this is the mind now, because you'll get distracted. It's the mind. But if he's thinking, if I grasp this mind in this crazy situation, and if I grasp this mind, and he's gonna hit me with the staff. So thoughts are moving quickly. He's trying to differentiate between everything and to find the real mind, and he can't find it. So it came to a point after a long time. Bodhidharma says, "Okay, open your eyes," because he's sitting for like a long time, like 3 hours. He says, "Can you find your mind?" He says, "No, I can't find it. I don't have a mind." The more I try to look for my mind, and I don't have one. So now you gotta imagine that lightning, the shock, the feeling of lightning when it shocks right beside your house, that loud expression, is Bodhidharma's staff. And you gotta imagine that you're Emperor Wu, and you gotta keep that in mind. That's only to use as for language. Keep that in mind. I hope that helps you. Meditation.